Hey guys, this market update. Is the 4-year cycle over? Well, it must be at this point because TradFi is buying the coins and there's literally not one report from TradFi about the halving cycle. They don't know what it is. They don't care about it. It's irrelevant to them. So if they're buying the coins, they will influence the price. So let's look at the data that actually influences TradFi flows. This is ISM here showing economic growth or contraction. Below 50 is not growth. We're at 48.7, even though we've had a very good run in stocks. It's a trap, it's a bubble. It's not a bubble if ISM's here, right? ISM can move higher. That's it. That's a bubble. If it's up here and you're trading, look forward 6 to 12 months. It can't be great if we're up here and the Fed is going to start to draw things down again. But the Fed aren't drawing things down. They're actually becoming more dovish. So you probably have to stay in this, right? Look, ISM here and financial conditions from GMI inflecting to the upside into 2026. Probably stay in trades here, I think, right? On balance. Now, for my investments, just keeping those, not going to trade them for a very long time, not going to sell them. But for trading, you have to watch this stuff. Unprecedented bearishness. That doesn't happen at market tops, right? Stock market's bearish. This is from Fundstrat. I'll link all of the resources below if you want to see these as well. Net bulls, less bears. You can see unprecedented bearishness here. Other market tops, you've actually got some bullishness here. Unprecedented bearishness. Fundstrat was saying that a lot of the stock market leans Democrat and a lot of the bond market leans Republican. And so what you've seen is credit spreads in the bond market stay pretty subdued because leaning Republican voters are actually quite sanguine about what's going on. And then unprecedented bearishness in the stock market because you have more leaning Democrats and they just absolutely hate everything that's going on. Oh, I'm so bearish. So I think if people are bearish, I think it's great because, they let their affiliations cloud the actual truth, which is the economy is doing fine and the Fed is going to cut interest rates soon. And so we've got cuts coming into 26. So I think that the central bank's cutting rates, every price is controlled by the supply of dollars. And so what we're going to see is the year-over-year change in credit creation is going to increase as rates come down, refinancing from the government and other businesses. So I think on balance, you have to stay in everything here. PBOC and the Chinese 10-year bond yield, this is inverted, I think, yeah. So you can see here that as the bond yield comes down, balance sheet goes up, and essentially that's liquidity into markets, which should come into 2026 as well. Liquidity index and gold. Gold's had an absolutely fantastic run. That's great. I think the generational trade is Bitcoin. I think it will outperform over, like a 10, 15, 20-year time horizon, significantly gold. So that's why I'm in there. You can see that the majority of central banks are easing. 80% of global central banks are currently in easing mode. Why would you be bearish when everything is valued in fiat currency and they're easing and they're making the currency weaker? And that means asset prices go up valued in that currency. Look right here, the last hike, or the last move, sorry, cut. Central banks are cutting around the world. Why is there bearishness? They're literally debasing and making their currencies weaker versus assets. It's the simplest trade in history. I've updated the crypto course. You can see the October updates here. I put a 20% discount link as well. If you want to buy the course, just type BTC at checkout. You can get 20% off. That runs out in the next few weeks. And if you trade Bitcoin and crypto, the Bybit deposit bonus down below, you can get a $30,000 deposit bonus via that link if you're a new user. I'm James, this is Manzi G. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.